think it is time to
You know that I'm leaving, it's only for sure. You know that I'm leaving, it's only for sure. You like the beat of my heart, beat goes on, beat goes on. You like the beat of my heart, beat goes on, beat goes on. You know that I'm leaving, it's only for sure. You know that I'm leaving, it's only for sure. You like the beat of my heart, beat goes on, beat goes on. You know that I'm leaving, it's only for sure. You know that I'm leaving, it's only for sure. You like the beat of my heart, beat goes on, beat goes on. You like the beat of my heart, beat goes on, beat goes on. You know that I'm leaving, it's only for sure. You know that I'm leaving, it's only for sure. You like the beat of my heart, beat goes on, beat goes on. You like the beat of my heart, beat goes on.
Yo, what's up, everybody? We've got Elon Musk trolling, and we've got some reveals. We've got the Beans tomorrow. Three Landers is doing something. We've got challenges in Discord. We're going to do them on the show as well, where we talk about the 3 Ethereum challenge, the Solana challenge, where we just try to flip NFTs, taking advice from people in the community, collaborators, guys that do a good job. So that'll be fun to cover on the podcast. And few Solana things going on. I haven't, I know that NFT, the volume was about 180, I think, yesterday. So that's where we kind of projected it to be close to. Let me get the other guys in. What's up?
What's up, man?
Yo. Let me get the image here. So volume 182 million, it looks like, over 24 hours. Yeah. And leading the way again, Other Deeds with 62 million. And Bored Ape Yacht Club, less than half of that. I saw people say that after Elon tweeted this morning that the Bored Ape sales were more than they were all yesterday. Kind of funny. And Ape went up really quickly and then retraced, which makes sense. So I saw obviously NFT Twitter all over the Elon stuff, some memes and all that.
Yeah, a lot of speculation. I mean, imagine, I don't know if you saw the stuff about that one wallet that people are speculating might actually be his, but I don't know. We'll see. I doubt it, but it seems more that he was just trolling and kind of clowning.
Yeah, people were saying that it isn't, and like one of the main reasons is like it's been selling them, and like why would he sell them type thing?
Right.
He's not making any money. He's not really. It's just yeah. Anyways, kind of funny to wake up to that, but I think it was only a matter of time before he posted something about NFTs, and obviously having Bored Ape Yacht Club would make sense in there. So one interesting thing, and I talked about this last night when I saw it occurring. They've added the artifact into the traits for the other deeds. It's where you can actually sort it by if one has a artifact or not. And so in my mind, if you were to be buying, I think that the artifacts are going to have a premium because you have about 20% of the collection that do have artifacts. So if the floor is 3.6 and you can buy and you're buying land, you can get artifacts for 4.1. I think that might be a better play than just buying a floor one, because you're pretty close to the floor, and it just feels like the artifacts are going to be worth once you can once you're able to do something with those. It seems like they would be worth a bit more than just I don't know what the percentage above the floor is here. You're talking about 0.5 Ethereum more off of a 3.6, so 20% maybe. Just seems to make sense that you would buy one with an artifact. Because if you look at the things they've separated out, it was artifact traits and Koda traits. And then you don't really have anything else going on with any of these resource tiers or anything like that too heavily. I think the environment fives and stuff like that, there may be there's obviously something there. There's something with the lower numbered, if yours is a BAYC swampland or one of the outer swamp mutant lands, obviously those come with a premium. But if you're buying land, take a look at maybe getting ones that have artifacts, because I bet you'll be able to sell those artifacts for a considerable amount more than half of an Ethereum, at least off the get-go. Do you guys have any thoughts on the artifacts? Any plays with that? Any ideas?
If I was buying right now, I would definitely, I mean, buying into fear, I think that's when you get the most opportunity to get lower price artifacts, get a cheaper Koda, relatively speaking. I mean, for how many people want Kodas, the fact that they're getting down close to 20 ETH, I think if you believe in this and you're, good as a medium to long-term holder, I would definitely be targeting that stuff. I would imagine that when it comes to staking and building and all of the things, all of the land will have really solid use case, and just the resources alone will be great. But for the here and now, I'm not really sure what my play is with land. I have them listed just because mine don't have anything on them. I really do think that even selling for around 4, I could buy back in and probably get an artifact, just because there are still people that are dumping without really realizing the potential value of what they have.
Yeah, I was looking at the another thing when they separated the Kodas that have weapons, and you notice that I think it's 30%. Is it that have weapons? Let me pull that up again.
Okay. One of our members got a Koda with a fire sword, a 1 out of 8 fire sword.
Shit.
Really sick. And it was his one. He only had 1 land plot too, so he went 1 for 1.
Yeah, so 30% of them have weapons. You'll notice that the premium, so those are 27.5 for a weaponed one, and then they're down to 23.4. So you're talking about 4 ETH difference, and you can buy, it appears, lands with artifacts with weapons, shovels, pickaxes, whatever, for only 0.6, 0.7 above floor. So if you're able to put these weapons in the hands of Kodas and make them useful, then that's definitely something I'm looking to do as well. There's specific ones, and these say Koda axe, Koda pickaxe, Koda shovel, Koda hammer, and you'll see that the floor is a bit higher. They're much more rare than those other weapons I mentioned, and for those you pay a premium of 4 Ethereum. So is there something to be played with those specific Koda weapons as well? It's just something I like to watch on these projects that are really in the spotlight, and if there's some sort of aftermarket play before we figure out exactly what these things are doing. Obviously, this is higher risk because of the speculation involved, but just wanted to tell you kind of what I'm looking at. Well, what I'm looking at on the Otherside project right now in terms of opportunities, without having to spend the bank. I don't know.
Yeah.
If you're looking to enter, those are possibilities. Somebody asked about PXNs. I don't like these things. I think they're ugly, but there's still probably a play there. Garrett will go over that opportunity because it definitely would make sense.
Yep. And then breaking news as of right now, Coinbase NFT just tweeted Don't panic. Come on in. NFT.coinbase. So
they're probably out of beta. Realize they have 4 users in beta.
yeah. So I think they're live now. We'll see. I just pinged it, but yeah, they said come on in. NFT.coinbase.com. Starting today, everyone can now create a profile, buy and sell NFTs, comment on JPEGs. So we'll see. Pretty cool. That was as of 3 minutes ago.
Okay.
I like your game theory stuff on the land. That makes a lot of sense. You know, speculating on like the Kodas with the weapons, etc. It's cool. It's interesting that they've provided. I mean, I wouldn't say no information because when you read their website and white paper, there's definitely it's not like they don't discuss this stuff at all. But there's been no updates as far as like when any of this is going to be up and running, when any type of staking dynamic is going to be live, etc.
Yeah, in the dark on what it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
But something
Murakami. Did you
there.
see the Murakami reveal?
Yeah, I wanted to touch on the PXN stuff really quick because someone asked,
Oh,
so
sure.
might as well cover that.
Okay.
Talk
So-
about your plan on the public Dutch versus the people that have the mint.
Yeah, so I'm unsure right now. It seems like the public Dutch, it's 4,000 supply, 2 per wallet, and it appears that all the whales, everyone and their mother is going to be going for this, all the minting bots. So I don't really know if the public sale is going to be the move. That's tonight at 11 p.m. EST. And then the whitelist mint is tomorrow, 6,000 supply for the whitelist, which is the majority of the supply. And that's at a 1 ETH price, or projected to be a 1 ETH price point based on this Dutch auction, quote unquote, is going to sell out at 2 ETH, almost guaranteed right out of the gate. So I think that there's potential that for a high floor price to be set after the Dutch auction by any whales that are able to accumulate a lot of these, and whatever with the entry price plus whatever gas they spend, it's going to be pretty high entry. I would think on the aftermarket, they're definitely going to be expensive. But at the same time, I think that there's potential with that high floor price being set for these 6,000 whitelist minters, 1 per wallet, realizing these at 1 ETH flat with really no gas wars at all. I think that there's potential for them to try to jump on those prices and sell and maybe bring the price down tomorrow, the 5th. I think tomorrow there's going to be a lot going on between PXN, watching PXN floor for a possible entry, and Bean's reveal. It should be interesting. I wish I had liquidated like my ENS position the other day. I knew I should have sold. I had them listed. I had a couple listed at like 2.8. Now the floor is like 1.4. But they seem to be accumulating. The listing quantities going down, listed quantity. So, yeah, overall, that's my strategy. Hope to get into PXN on the aftermarket maybe tomorrow. I think that it's viable. If you're confident in and willing to participate in a potential gas war, and if you have a minting bot, I think the Dutch auction is totally viable, and I would plan on going in right at 2 ETH, and you should be in the green. So yeah,
I'm waiting on Beans personally, but I think there's definitely some opportunity with this PXN stuff. But yeah, just waiting. I like the Beans, lower risk kind of in my opinion, looking at the Beans stuff. If the art is really cool, yeah, and finding an entry into like a more rare bean, like we were saying yesterday. You know, you're buying into Azuki's, which is widely considered a blue chip, so like it's just a lower risk of buying it, and then if you can get a nice rare near the floor, then some potential for a quick flip there as well. But obviously people want to do PXN stuff because it's cool, it's been big, all that. So yeah, I like the thought of flipping those once the people that can purchase them on whitelist do buy those and tank the floor probably. Covered Elon. Murakami, I saw this all over Twitter last night. One thing, like, I think they're awful. I think this is such trash. But I saw where maybe maybe Takashi Murakami was associated with a 400 ETH wallet that was buying some of the rares.
Right upon reveal.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Yep. Which is frowned upon for obvious reasons, because when people know what the rares and one of ones look like in a collection, they know what they're looking for literally before the reveal, and then boom, everything goes. You're competing against people that are trying to figure out, they have no real way to sort properly. They don't know what the rare traits necessarily are. They don't know what the one of one pieces and backgrounds are looking for. So for the we've had controversy of people doing. It was actually Moonbirds. It was that Ryan guy that left the team like a week, about a week ago or whatnot.
Right.
It was him. There was controversy because he was effectively doing the same thing. Like right after the reveal, he knew what he was looking for, and he was going and sniping these rares and extremely rare one of ones, etc. For obviously way under current market values and even the existing market values at the time. He was just sniping. So yeah, it's kind of distasteful in my opinion to do that, especially in quantity. It's not like he just grabbed a couple. He was like stacking them up, all these like 50, 70 ETH, 40 ETH.
I think the only other thing he could have done to make it worse would have been tweet, saying that someone was sweeping the floor on his project, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then to leave the project 6 days later.
Somebody asked, is Squishmallow worth reselling, and what other collectibles in your opinion have great profits? I mean, that's all about what you're trying to do. You can spend, there's a lot of effort that you would put into probably purchasing and shipping and selling Squishmallows. Personally, there's way better opportunities in GFNF than flipping Squishmallows. And yeah, that's just where I stand. We've had, we posted about fucking magazines that I bought for $50 and resold for over 1,000. So like when you can do vinyls and things that are way easier to get, way easier to ship and deal with, I don't really want to deal with big fluffy stuffed animals. What other collectibles? I don't know why it has to be collectibles. What other things can you flip? Well, we're talking about NFTs. Obviously, those are higher risk than basically everything else that we talk about. It is. So, I personally do vinyls a ton. I do cards as much as possible.
Like Queen Elizabeth Barbies.
Queen Elizabeth Barbies. Like, this is all... Those kind of things are just like, you don't have to bot. I don't bot. I said that in a big post in December, and there's so many opportunities that are easier than like a Squishmallow or I don't know.
This morning we bought these lightsabers for $470 was my total, and they're selling for just under 1,000 right now.
Yeah, that's $400 or $500. How many Squishmallows would you have to have the headache of packaging up? And then also the opportunity cost of like, I don't know how much those things even cost, $15, $20, but
20, 30.
They're just annoying to have to deal with that shipping. And I bet people get those in and they're like, oh, there's a dirt stain on it, or I don't know. Anyways, just way better opportunities than Squishmallows. And the other thing we had today was those every day there's something to resell. And today we had the lightsabers, but we also had the posters, the Star Wars posters on Mondo. Those are probably going to be a good opportunity. I do think doing as much as you can when it comes to reselling, like you want to take every opportunity possible. I just think there's some things that it just doesn't make sense when there's way easier things like with your time and money, and one of those things would be vinyls, and that's why I do vinyls and tell everybody to do vinyls. But yeah, lightsabers today, those dolls, like that stuff's pretty easy to do. So I like taking advantage of stuff like that all day long. Someone asked, is buying NanoPass dip a good buy since Snapshot is already taken? I don't know. Wasn't NanoPass something we talked about a few weeks ago? I remember it. Let me check it again.
Let's see. Project NanoPass.
I think it was one we talked about where Oh my gosh, yeah, these actually went up a bunch. Do you remember these? McKay had shown me these, and I made a good flip.
What are they? Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, I had made a really good flip on these. I don't really even want to look. I had a asset
Actually,
with
you're thinking of a different project.
me.
Yeah, you're thinking of
Oh, I know what you're talking
Metaverse. Let me find it.
Metaplot? No.
I'll find it. It's in. I don't do much on OpenSea, so I'll find it quickly.
Are you sure it wasn't these? Let me see something.
Yeah, let me check.
Okay, yeah, it wasn't these. I remember Metroverse.
Yeah.
I remember somebody
Oh,
talking
nice.
about these nano passes though, because we talked like we went down this same rabbit hole. I don't know enough about this project to be honest. Phase 2 is imminent regarding their AI agents, which they posted on Twitter. Yeah, I don't know enough about this project. They have a ton of followers though, 300,000. I'm gonna look into this a bit. I don't want to. I don't want to say this is just garbage because it definitely. And look at the unique owners on these things.
Bullish?
I mean, dude, it's hard to say, but these are pretty. It's interesting to me. Huh. I don't know. We'll come back to this. Maybe something on this. Pretty cool. Yeah. Let's get back to some topics that we were supposed to cover here. So we did Murakami's, we did the PXNs, we did Elon's. I think we're into Solana now, which that Mint went live for the project we had been talking about for a while. And it was like the biggest project that we were going to look for, and it's just way too high for us now. 39 floor. What's slumped? Down or up from here?
So we're still waiting for it to fully mint out. It was weird. Obviously, this is where all attention is on today in Solana. There's actually one of our collaborators, I think, had pointed this website out to me. It's called Coral Cube, I believe. They basically made Community 3 live early, and Magic Eden saw that and saw that they were getting the volume. And said, "Nope, we're taking it back." So they made it live early, which I've never seen before. And I think that kind of hurt us in a sense that now there's more time for it to be spread out, and floor is not going to really dip down to a buying level. I did see a local bottom at 30, and we called it out. I don't know how many people bought there. I think 30 as a starting price still is kind of high. That was my max, so I didn't buy there. I'm now priced out. I don't know. I'm getting like a weird vibe from this now. I don't know if that makes sense, but I feel like it almost had too much attention on it, that when it doesn't hit crazy high numbers, I don't know. I like it under 30 if we can get there potentially. I think once it fully sells out, we have about 300 left. No, 200, about just over 200 left. If we make it to public, that's going to be in about 4 hours. I think from there we might see an increase, but I don't know. When I look at spending 40 sol on this, I think, what could I do buying other stuff for 40 sol? And I feel like I can do better there. I also don't love the I don't want to say long term, but the midterm outlook of this project. I think this is pure hype right now. It's a great project. Don't misunderstand me for those listening. But it's a super long hold if you're not quick flipping it. It's a super unique implication onto the space with what they're doing, but a lot of their plans aren't going to be coming to real fruition until the end of 2022, beginning of 2023. So
yeah, screw that.
I'd be looking to quick flip this right now, if anything, if we can see another kind of dump and pump once it sells out. I don't know if we're definitely going to see that. I'm just playing this one very cautiously and kind of watching it as it goes on. Just because after bears, everyone's on like high alert, so it can go either direction so quickly. We did have a few guys mint and sell for, I think one of our guys sold for like 50 almost, which was awesome. A couple guys bought in at the bottom of 32 and sold. It pumped up to about 47 after that. But I just don't know. It's making me uneasy. So it's a little outside of my risk tolerance for as much as it costs. And for me, that's like my whole liquid. So I don't know. But yeah, weird that they went live early. I think that kind of hurts us
Yeah, we
in the
won't.
short term.
I guess we won't plan on buying these for the 30 soul challenge.
We were thinking about it, but not
Yeah, not at this
using
price.
the whole wallet.
That doesn't
I
really
didn't-
help. Unless somehow
Yeah.
we go from 30 to 90.
I don't see these doing more than theirs. I really don't. But who knows?
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's where all attention on is there. But we did have some other cool news come out last night, and that was the DGOD's 3.33 roadmap. I had put a call out beforehand, and unfortunately, it didn't. It's not that we lost anything on it, but it didn't go up, and that's because they had partnered with all these smaller projects, but their roadmap is a literal map, and they're trying to play a fun game of keeping everything a secret and you'll know when it happens type deal, which, I mean, I get it. It's cool. It keeps everyone engaged, and I guess community-wise that is important, and I think this will work for them. But in terms of the call we made the other day, we have, like, no idea what's coming. Some people have guessed what these pictures mean. I mean, I have no clue what's going on here, but they haven't said anything. I think it's all going down in the next 3 to 6 months. So I guess we'll find out piece by piece as it happens. But yeah, I mean, as they're trying to really push the boundaries here, and reclaim that spotlight that they kind of lost with the Bears. I think even this was before I really started following, but I think Bored Ape Yacht Club Roadmap 2.0 was sort of similar to this. I don't know if any of you had seen that back when it came out. It was like a similar map style.
Yeah, kind of like that, yep.
But yeah, I mean, I'm still excited for their future. I think I even called DGODs a buy for the high rollers. Let's see what those are at right now. I still think long term those are gonna, if not number one, then top contenders for best Solana projects for sure. And what they did with theirs, still super thin floor. And I love that project. I really like Frank, and I just see them going up for sure. If any high rollers are standing by and have a
Cool.
spare 250 soul.
I really like the Tayos, but they haven't really done much here.
They I don't follow them too closely because I don't want to say they're low key, but like I think Soulport Tom, he's the owner, right? I think he makes more noise than the project itself, which I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. But I don't hear too much about what they're doing. I know they did some sort of snapshot and airdrop for oil, it's called. I don't really know what it does. But yeah, I mean, there were 4 listed the other day. I think I had sent them to you. And now there's obviously a few more listed because they took that snapshot. But yeah, I mean, still one of the Teo's another top contender for best projects around. And if Soulport Tom actually implements his technology that we were talking about the other day, by association, anything his hand is in will probably go up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. That's kind of why I was looking at the Tayos, because of that stuff he had said that could help the Solana issues and all that. One thing I forgot that I wanted to mention of Ethereum world is the 3 landers, which I did really well on originally, and we had, I think Aiden had posted a call on them. I don't remember if that did any well. I don't think it did well, to be honest. But I did buy in a degen play a couple hours ago because they are doing something with biomes. Well, they call them biomes tomorrow. And this land inventory stuff is kind of sat between 0.2 and 0.3. And I'm just trying to see if somehow this thing can go to 0.5. I don't know what they're going to be using. It doesn't even really say. But they have a huge following, and just something I thought I'd mention because they are doing that tomorrow, and it was a project that was pretty hyped for a week or two in NFTs. So I don't know. I don't like re-entering projects. I re-entered Creature World. I re-entered what's the other stupid ass Mechaverse. Both of them just pretty trash, at least right now. So, yeah, I re-entered this pretty much just to see if I can make a flip here over the next day or two. Will be interesting to see what they do with them. Thought I'd mention it to you guys. So, I don't have anything else. We talked about the retail stuff. Oh, I guess they did drop the
Mondo.
We talked about Mondo. They dropped the Bowman stuff. Bowman's baseball. Not what's that stupid club? Montgomery Club, not Montgomery Club today. They did that yesterday. We did talk about it yesterday, but I figured I'd let Jake talk about the guys who like to dress up and hit balls around.
Yeah, I mean, the 582 Club's far from stupid. It's a super elite and people that,
Real
aren't in
dumb.
it. Yeah, it's upper echelon of
course.
exclusivity. But yeah, Bowman, same thing as yesterday. Priced higher than we want it, but it'll still sell out. Currently up on Topps website. I'm betting by the end of the day it's gone. Maybe tomorrow, just because usually you're able to order a case like in the past, and this year it's limited to 2 boxes, so it'll take a little bit to get out of stock. But yeah, I mean, we're gonna make plays on the retail exclusive stuff like mega boxes before we do too much on this.
You were saying this is more of a hold, right? You were telling me before.
Yeah, I mean, Bowman in general is, like, again, these are kids. These are 17, 18-year-old kids that are just signed their first contract. And as we saw with Wander Franco this year and stuff, like the big money from these cards come from when they make their major league debut, which could be upwards of 5-6 years away, or as quick as a couple years. So definitely fun to stick these in a box and forget about them. Then when they make their major league debut, pull them out and see how much they're worth. But yeah, longer term play for sure on Bowman.
Let's go.
Are these better or worse than Topps Chrome Sapphire hobby boxes from last year?
Oh,
These are definitely better. Topps Chrome Sapphire this year is going to slap, though. It's got Wander in it. It's going to have
not last year.
Last year's, I can't believe anyone still has any. You should have sold it right away. But if you do, keep holding.
Did not read the guide.
I will be opening my box live at the National Sports Card Convention at this rate.
And imagine if you bought like Topps Chrome Sapphire but didn't buy Montgomery Club. That would be wild.
Yeah,
Could not be me. I don't know anyone crazy enough to do that.
Thank goodness.
Cool. Done with sports cards. Done with all the card stuff. I think we're done for the day.
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow we've got the beans. That'll be super, super cool. I don't know what time it's at. It'd be really cool if it happened before the podcast because I really want to start seeing what those actually look like. And but if not, we'll come with whatever we've got. You guys have anything else?
That's it for me, man.
That's it for me.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Cool. Thanks, guys. We will see you tomorrow. Peace out.
Peace.
Vin.
Like a castle in the sand, and when it comes down, it comes tumbling to the ground when she speaks. It's a dangerous fantasy, sets me free, where I wanna be.